This is a serious video, so I brought out the good camera. Today's special guest is Emily.
Chairs are comfy.
These chairs are so comfy. 3, 2, 1.
I already did my spin.
DJ Mike said, can you please talk about the Shuffle Couple, how it started, why the business idea even started, and then I brought out the one and only Emily.
I have like an applause sound.
I do need to grab that applause, but not for this video.
Let's go way back to Dan. He loved music. So it was not a surprise when his aunt asked if we wanted to inherit his uncle's DJ equipment. So let's just start when Dan was in
Can we go further back? Can we? No, that's forward. In middle school, I played guitar, got a guitar. And then I was in the talent show. I played Wild Thing. So I played guitar, and then I was in a band. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was in a couple bands in middle school, and then a band in high school, and then I broke up. And then college started. Didn't do anything music-wise. I learned piano randomly. Don't know why. I was like, I'm gonna be a pianist. Because it's a fun word. It's a funny word. Right? Who doesn't want to be one? So I started playing piano. Okay. I started a YouTube channel, so I got pretty good at editing. I started writing songs for the YouTube channel. All these goofy songs, I might toss one in. I learned about music production and then like how to record songs. So then I was like used to the waveforms already. So jumping into DJing, seeing waveforms wasn't really that big of a deal because editing, you're like looking at the waveforms.
And fast forward to summer of 2022 when his aunt was in town for a wedding, and she said, hey, we have this old DJ equipment from his uncle back from like the 80s and 90s when he was a DJ. Do you want it? I didn't even think twice about it. I was like, yeah. This was in Michigan, and she jokingly said she should start a DJ business. And just knowing Dan's background, and no one would even like think of it when I would say like, yeah, Dan's gonna be a DJ, because they'd be like, oh yeah.
That makes sense.
Just knowing his past and how much he loved music, his knowledge about music.
Thank you. I immediately said, no, I don't want to do that. That sounds like a ton of work. And I mean, I wasn't wrong. And I kept waiting for Emily to back out. We lived in Iowa and my uncle lived in Michigan. And so we rented the U-Haul and I was waiting for Emily to say, never mind. She never did. So we get on the road. And on the road, we just kept spitballing ideas back and forth.
For names.
We're trying to figure out this dang name. Like, what are we going to be called?
Because, like, there are so many DJs around us that have, like, super lengthy names. And I just knew that I wanted something as a marketing degree. I wanted something catchy and short and literally just, like, 2 words. And I didn't want, since it was going to be both of us, I didn't want it to be, like, DJ Dan and Emily. Ugh. So I knew to have the name like two or duo or couple.
It was strange. It just started with like shuttle. Okay, what rhymes with shuttle? For some reason we were going for like space. We were thinking about astronauts. Can you hold on for just a second? Emily's got to look something. But it was just like an hour maybe of just like this, that, this, that, this, that. I think you said it first. You said Shuffle Couple, and then you said nah, and then you moved on. I'm like, no, back it up. That sounds great. I love that. I think you were just rhyming words with couple, and you just happened to say shuffle. It didn't really make sense at first until later. It was like, oh wait, shuffle, like shuffling music. That's brilliant. So we found the name. I think we were around Chicago area. Anyway, we get to Michigan. We get to his house because they're selling it and they need to get this stuff out of there. We start packing it up. Didn't know what anything was. And it's fun to watch.
It was dusty. It was like
dusty old boxes from the 80s.
Hadn't been used in how many years?
We didn't have a clue if any of it worked. Like the whole trip could have been like a waste of time. We didn't know. It was just speakers that he covered up and left in his garage for like 20, 30 years.
During this Michigan trip, dogs were west of town, and on that drive, we saw, when we were picking them up, a van, a big like cargo van that was for sale.
As soon as we got back to town from Michigan, and we have all this DJ stuff now.
Still don't know if it works, and we're like, well, we need a DJ van.
Well, we need a van. How are you going to get to gigs? And this van just happened to be for sale right in our hometown, right there.
And so we reached out. I think we stopped.
We stopped and looked at it, yeah. And we like bought it the next week. Not joking when I say I'm just waiting for Emily to say no. Because if she would have said no at any given time, I would have been like, okay, cool. You got made fun of so much. You're like, so you're gonna do the whole... That was like the hardest part of starting this whole DJ business, because we knew we were just gonna get ridiculed, roasted. Are you gonna be at the fairgrounds?
So the music thing that you guys do?
Hey, we got a fun job. Not only did I know nothing about DJing and how to mix a song together, I also had to like re-engineer old equipment that from the 80s, 90s, and just try to get this old stuff to work again. Like, so how does this get put together?
But I knew that, you know, when you're starting a business, and, you know, I was taking marketing classes at this time, like when you start out, you want to look very put together. You don't want to, you know, make an announcement on your own personal Facebook page and say like, hey, we're starting a DJ company. Like, you want to have a logo, you want to have professional photos, you want to have a website. Like, you want everything put together so people take you seriously. You want to have multiple social media platforms, TikTok and Instagram, and of course Facebook. So immediately I'm like, well, we need a professional photo shoot. So
we reached out to our friend that lives in town that does professional business photos, and that kind of gave me the deadline, like, okay, I got to figure out how to go use this stuff, and I got to be somewhat proficient in it to go take photos. So we hit the deadline, got everything to work, got the truss bar set up, we got the speakers working, got audio to at least come out. So we set up on our back patio and we had our first photo shoot.
For a couple months, I was building our website, and we had to research wedding contracts. What's the process going to be like when someone sends us an inquiry? I mean, this is when we use Honeybook for our scheduling platform and payment platform. Like, you know, we had to look on that into things like, how do when people inquire or send us an inquiry for their wedding or for an event, you know, how do they do that, and what does that look like, and, you know, what's that process like when we schedule a call with them? Like, what do we talk about, and sending a contract. Photo shoot up until probably Halloween, we were trying to like, okay, we got to make sure that we're kind of professional, but also know what we're doing. So then we decided, you know what? We've told our close friends at this point that we're, you know, thinking about starting a DJ business, and what better way to practice than have a Halloween party in our basement.
Cough break. We hosted a Halloween party, good old practice session, because a low pressure in our home. I mean, what better way
Cozy.
It's cozy.
House.
We set up the whole get up down in our basement, and then everyone had such a good time, and it was packed down there, and there was like a little dance. Even though I didn't DJ, someone just jumped on an aux cord. I was nervous. I didn't want to do. Our friends had such a good time, they posted online about it.
And they said like, thanks to the Shuffle Couple. So I was like, oh my gosh.
They said the name, and then Emily was like, okay, then
this is it. Like, we can't hold back like a month later and be like, we had so much fun at this Halloween party, and now we want to announce. I was like, we got to do it right now while this is hot. So thankfully the website, or no, maybe the website wasn't completely finished yet, but
it was close.
We had our professional photos, we had Honeybook, like we were ready to go minus the website. So we pushed it out, and
ta-da, we are the Shuffle Couple. We're not coughing right now.
Okay. Then we announced we're the Shuffle Couple.
So then we got hired to do our local Christmas, like local party. I was so nervous. I mean, DJing a Christmas party in general is kind of tough because you don't know like what kind of music you're gonna play.
I feel like the majority of people, in my mind, I thought about this, like, oh, they're coming just to like.
They want to see what this Shuffle Couple is about.
Like, is this a joke? Is this just like embarrassing?
I think they saw the vision.
We went to a wedding show.
This whole time, I feel like we were just kind of selling air. And
what type of experience do you have? A basement Halloween party and a Winter Festival community event.
If you're a past clients, I am so sorry for lying to
But also,
did we lie?
We got so many clients from that.
Because our prices were dirt cheap because they
Super low. We were so young, in our mid-20s.
open for anything. I think that's the most weddings we've ever had in a year, which is the best way to do it. If you're starting out, you got a lot of spare time, set your prices super low because you're going to get a ton of experience.
You need so much experience first.
You just need to rapid fire and grind out that first year because you're going to learn so much. It's a rough little ride because every wedding is like...
Everything is new.
Every wedding's a panic attack, I feel like.
You don't know what's wrong and what's right. You're just like, I don't know any different. Like, is this what normally happens? And thankfully now we're like, well, now we know the flow of everything in the wedding industry a lot better. But
yeah, going to that wedding show and then like we're just selling nice looking pamphlets and professional photos. And then honestly, we're just selling our personality. We're just being, we both have like a customer relations background. So we're like good with talking to people and like conversating. So they trusted us. And then they signed the contract and then, okay, see you at your wedding. They trusted 2 people that didn't have any experience.
After they signed, we're like, okay, now we have to learn to mix. We have to learn to make announcements. We have to learn like the process of a wedding. Like, what's the flow?
So the pressure's on. We're starting to get clients in and like, okay, I got to get good at this DJing thing. There's no backing out now. So every morning I would start my practice session 1 hour just because I felt like I owed it to our clients that I'm going to be good at this thing that we're going to be doing now.
So it was the wedding show, and then we decided, okay, so the public was invited to go to this winter festival thing, but we wanted to host our own party in a coffee shop. It was fun. It was maybe like 50 people, but it just gave us the confidence boost to like carry us through our first wedding season.
A month before our first wedding. At this point, we're using like a Gemini mixer that my uncle used. We're also using like Electro Voice passive speakers with a big old Crown amp. I think the only modern tech we had was like the Gig Bar Move ILS. We used a Hercules Impulse 500, like a cheap, nice, good solid controller, but that's got us through our first year. Okay, are we at our first wedding?
We're at our first wedding.
I have to edit this whole thing and I'm not looking forward to this. Is a lot of jabbing.
I remember the beginning, 2024, blur. 2025 last year, blur.
It's the start of the story. It's like the origin story. Like a superhero movie, what's like the most interesting part? The origin, the beginning. How did it all start? You don't need to know what happened the last year. That's none of your dang business. Okay, so first wedding? Okay, so I bought Nick Spinelli's cheat sheet on like his script because I have a bubbly little personality and I'm a little extrovert on camera, but I was a shy little bee. I didn't want to buzz. I was so nervous. Put it in a 3-ring binder, had it all ready to go, and I'm just flipping through like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. But it was bad, and I was having a little panic attack. All I had to say was like, here comes Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And I was just reading it word for word on a book. I can't remember a script, and I think that's a flaw. And you're nervous, and you're about to DJ this wedding, and you're learning about the formalities of a wedding. You're learning like the proper ways to say like the head table, the groomsmen, the bridesmaids, like how everything kind of gets put together and what makes a wedding. Oh my gosh, this was like a small town in their community center. It was tiny. It fit like 70 people.
We were so nervous for honestly no reason.
Let's take a little break right now. And then the next week, it was at our hometown, and there's a casino in our hometown. Massive, like 400
This
person
was gonna
wedding.
be like
huge
step forward from where
like this is like you hit the big time with this wedding
and a local wedding, so like tons of people. If they didn't see us at the Winter Festival, if they didn't see us at our opening night, they would be seeing us at this wedding. And
oh my
we were
gosh,
so nervous because not only is this a huge wedding, but it's also going to be a lot of people that we know.
It was
Which
like
honestly made it worse. We'd rather do it in front of people we do not know.
Because as a DJ, you really have to sell it. You're really doing this like creative, goofy thing. Most times, like you get on the mic and you say some things with a lot of energy, and it comes across as a little cringy at times. But that's just the job. And doing that in front of a big room of people you know in your hometown as your second wedding ever.
And you're selling your honestly, they're probably first impression of you, and you want it to be strong, because who knows if they're ever going to attend, if they're going to be invited to another wedding that you're going to be at. So like, you want to make sure that you're good at what you do.
Yeah, this was a huge wedding, and I don't know how our speakers managed it. We had our like passive system, and we had like these 15 really heavy wood speakers up top, and then these subs below. We didn't bring enough sound by any means, but I don't know.
I have no idea how everyone in that huge room heard the speeches. I don't think they did.
Once we hit that one, I felt like, oh my gosh, we did that. We're doing this. We're DJs now.
Because then we had prom the next month. Easy.
Actually, I went in super nervous, and I did not think prom was
yeah,
easy.
because this was an age group that we haven't really hit.
I felt like a hot shot. Like, this is going to be a piece of cake. A prom? A small little prom? I was nervous. Second song I went into, this chick came up and she said, "Can you play something we can dance to?" Now that we're DJs for the 4th year, we know big room, big dance floor with a small amount of people, it's not gonna go great. And that's what this was. We were in a high school gym with like 20 kids. I'm gonna take a break for a little bit.
We had a lot of like random like small events. Like we were in downtown Des Moines for a ribbon cutting for
a park. We upgraded our speakers, I think, before that too. We switched from active to passive, and then we got our first Evers 8s. We got 2 of them because we were like supposed to DJ a whole block. The mayor of Des Moines was going to be giving a speech, and here's first timer DJ's going to provide sound for that?
Yeah.
What?
And then for volleyball, sand volleyball club, random. And then for an alley party in our hometown. And then for a golf tournament. So then we were just kind of, which was nice, we were building on experiences from these little smaller ones that weren't as nerve-wracking because there wasn't really a timeline. We were just doing music. It wasn't like we had to make a ton of announcements at any of these.
But what these small little opportunities were providing for us as DJs is we're like, okay, we're learning demographics, we're learning types of music that these people like, and just like getting in front of a crowd is huge, and just start to like use your eyes and read the crowd as you're DJing, and then seeing what works. And that's just great practice you can't get at home.
We probably didn't have a ton of weekends off. We just kept saying yes and yes and yes to whatever honestly came up to us. Are we done with 2023?
Are we done with 2020? Let's ask them.
Hey, let's see if this camera dies before we finish the outro. So I messed up. We went in to say, let's record our story, and then we ended up filming about an hour's worth of content. We went through each year, each event, and we talked about each event in full detail, what went right, what went wrong, and it ended up being a boring video. Whoops, oopsies. But I think there's some snacks in that video. I edited for about 4 hours, and I realized I have another 30 minutes of footage I gotta go through. But after that first year, it just kind of like, yeah, I'm a wedding DJ, and casually we just kept updating equipment. Do they need to see that? Do they care about that part of the story? Probably not. Would I care watching this video? Would I want to see every event in full detail? No, I just wanted to see the little nuggets of gold at the beginning. I just wanted to finish the video by saying it doesn't matter what you start on, how you get started, you just need to have that passion for music, and you also have to have a passion for improving. Never settle. Continue being yourself. Thankfully, Emily saw the vision. She had full faith in my little abilities. And here we are. Now we are the Shuffle Couple. Start small, grow big. So yeah, I just wanted to film 2023 shenanigans. That's all we're going to talk about. Let's jump back.
Wow, that's the video. Thanks, DJ Mike, for putting that in the comments. He said, how'd you get started? He said musically trained. No, not at all. Hey, did you like this video?
Why haven't you liked it yet?
Why have you not liked it? What took so long? Hey, like this video, subscribe if you haven't. We hit 800.
It's gonna be confetti right there.
No, there won't be, because I don't want to edit it. That's pretty boring. There's a lot of content. That's content rich. Goodbye, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
What a boring video. So sorry about that.